Welcome to floor 2 of the Pyramids of Grimrock. I'm your #1 archaeologist, Highwing, and here's my assistant, Thornbrain.
Aziral.
Aziz, light! Excuse me while I expand my preview video. Anyways, this is floor 2. We see a lot of neat things, namely an extension of puzzles from, like, the entirety of the floor, so stuff you would get from, say, basement 1 or floor 1 you would use in floor 2 or 3. Also, these fucks are here, still. And this is what I was talking about before. You're gonna fight a lot of these Gorgons in hallways, and they hurt. Like, I'm pretty sure their arrows have innate armor penetration, so my armor skill doesn't work, and it's frustrating. Now, one thing I forgot to mention is that when we got the mirror gauntlets, we also got a note that says, "This is a gift for a man so big he needed to be in 6 sarcophagi." So we give him this gift, and this secret opens. Now, you remember how you mentioned cooking in one of the earlier episodes?
Something like that.
Well, we see something to that affair that I kinda wished worked. So we get a lot of food here. Like, oh man, there's so much food here. This is great. But we also get a blueberry pie.
You get an achievement when you get the blueberry pie.
Yep. It fully restores your hunger. That's it. I was hoping it would give something good for the farmer, like, you know, just instant level up, or maybe a stat point. But nah, it's just full hunger.
Man, this game convinced me that if I do another run of this game, which I might, we might talk about that a little later, but if I do, I need to have a farmer in my characters, because this area loads you up with so much food.
Yeah.
And I already had all my characters full up on a bunch of other crap I eventually didn't need,
Yeah.
including food, so if we come here and you fight all the snakes, you need somewhere to put them.
Yeah, you know, just store your food in the farmer over there. He'll do it fine. Now, from that level up, we got more willpower. And we got the assassin trait. So any light weapon I have now has the can backstab rather than just a dagger. Which means if you were using a strength character, you could backstab with the longsword, with many other weapons, etc. You know the drill. This is going to be very important when we get an item at the end of this video. But that also means I have a 25% crit rate. So I have a 1 in 4 chance of just decimating someone.
Which is nice, because there's plenty of these guys.
Yeah. Now this puzzle, I'm ashamed to say I don't remember at all. So I do kind of a little bit of editing to make sure you don't have to deal with me acting like a complete buffoon. But at least if you go down here, you get a worthless bomb. Like, you think, like, in Legend of Grimrock 1, Earth and Magic was trash, and to keep with tradition, Earth and Magic is still garbage. Oh yeah, a little bit of trivia. Blueberry Pie was also in Grimrock 1 as well. Same thing, same effect. By the way, I'm pretty great. I have no words for that. By the way, here's how the puzzle works. You need to have a cross-section of items for the doors to activate. And I didn't realize that until just now, so I'm just like, give me that rope back. I figured this out. Put the stones back in. Now what you want to do is, you want to open up a path to... let me find my words here. You need to open a path to where you can get to a certain point, take an item from the other side of the altar, which opens up a path to that lever, which allows you to open up that door. And this is a pretty cool puzzle, I'm not gonna lie. I like this a lot.
And you need to make sure that once you're out on the path, when you remove an item, the floor doesn't just drop out beneath you.
Oh yeah, there's that too. That totally didn't happen to me. Don't worry. Don't worry, it didn't happen. It happened on my first playthrough because, you know, I was a young scrub. Yeah, this is me just trying to replace everything with the rocks, because I kind of need some of that stuff. Also, this place has a pretty mean setup. So I can tell y'all right now, once you get the item behind this door, run. Oh yeah, it's probably hard for us to see because this video, the preview video we're watching is like 360p low bitrate, but I'm level 19 right now. My next goal for EXP is 1,000,000 experience points.
Oh my god.
And I believe food gives us a very paltry amount. I almost want to say 10,000, but I know I'm wrong, because that would be generous. But oh god, it's gonna take... Like, I'm gonna have to sleep and get so much fish to get one more level. And the thing is, I don't know what I'd put it in. I've maxed out crit rate, I've maxed out alchemy, I've maxed out light weapons, and I got enough magic to get by, so I don't know what I would put my dump stat in. Somebody was asking in the thread if there was a level cap, and Iron Chitlin responded in kind that there is no hard level cap until level 50, but there's a soft level cap until like level 20. Well, level 19, because man, 1,000,000 EXP is ludicrous. Like, by any means. But yeah, once we get that key, we have to fight the 3 sets of zombies, an ambush snake that I don't realize is coming up on us, and a Gorgon. Oh, it is 3 sets of mummies. I thought it was only 2.
Gorgon's getting in line.
Come on. You'd think the Gorgon would just float above us and shoot us. By the way, there's the ambush snake. Having trouble.
Now, does a Gorgon's petrify attack also do damage, or does it just petrify?
It just petrifies. And it petrifies at random. It won't petrify your entire team. It chooses... Ow. Silly me for sleeping in the middle of a hallway. But yeah, the Petrify chooses a target at random and does a Petrify skill check. It will always succeed if you don't have the Crystal Shield. That's the only thing preventing that. So in a regular playthrough, the benefits are kind of middling, but then again, you get the Crystal Shield for that full party heal rather than the anti-Petrify. Oddly enough, the roles are reversed. I got it just so I wouldn't get petrified. Ah, damn it, hang on, pause. Huh, that was weird. It's almost like somebody's like trying to signal something to me. Anyways.
Through communications that don't exist yet.
Nah. We're on a deserted island. What's this satellite signal? Anyways, what were we talking about?
I've completely forgotten already.
Oh yeah, we were talking about the use of the Crystal Shield.
Oh, right.
I explicitly got this for preventing petrification, because I'm the only party member on my team, so if I fight a Gorgon and they decide to use it and I'm in the line of sight, it's a 100% lose state for me. And that is the reason why there's a certain fight in this place that I previously thought was impossible, because how stacked the odds were against me. But
I think I know the one you're talking about.
yeah. So we're getting a bunch of keys here, but we're not going to be using them on this floor. Right now, the express purpose of this floor is mainly to get keys for the 3rd floor, which is kind of weird how they would split like a part of the floor into one segment, and, you know, get random stuff. Now, I have a tendency to travel along walls, and it's kind of a weird habit of mine, but there's a puzzle in this room that I don't realize until about halfway through this video, and I've never done the puzzle until now. It's a simple puzzle, and I'm kind of surprised I never did it, but it just kind of took me by surprise. I'm still learning stuff about this game.
When you read Tomb of Sacrifice and you think of this game, you think, alright, I'm gonna have to give up items. Pretty simple.
Yeah. I don't think that's mostly the case for that, though. Now here's a fun puzzle I like. This is a very clever puzzle that doesn't tell you much. You have rooms that say Guardian of the Moon and the Sun. Now you instantly think, huh, I have to light up a room and darken a room. But I need another torch.
The music, meow.
I know, right? It's great. That opens up a door. There's a lot of backtracking in this place. Doesn't really feel all that bad though, just because it might be a personal bias of mine, but I never felt like the backtracking was obnoxious in this level, even when I was like injured. Like, it's a long area, but it's got a good mix of clever puzzles, pain, and fighting.
Yeah, it's a good area. Most of the backtracking I did was my own fault.
Yeah. You know, I'm agreeing with you. I'm not saying it. Never mind. Hi. That's me trying to cast light and forgetting which way light works. So many bullets in this game is just... I remember like discussing this game on a message board, and somebody was bragging about how they never like left anything behind, and they showed off a box in their hub that just holds 568 bullets.
Wow.
I'm just like, Jesus, dude.
Well, you always have something to put on switches.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's true, but bullets only go in increments of 10. That would really downplay the importance of rocks if you could use bullets instead. Which doesn't make a lot of sense if I think about it, because paper could weigh down switches, yet you need 10 bullets? Also, here's an interesting thing about the design of this area. We took a drop down from floor 2 to floor 1 into a unique area of floor 1 that we could not access unless we did it from floor 2. And by accessing this area, we also unlock a shortcut back to floor 2 if we ever need to go back to floor 1. Now, here's the prelude to the fight I thought was impossible. With a puzzle that I totally forgot how to do, in 2 dimensions, by the way. So here's how you're supposed to do the thing. First off, you don't put the rock there, that's dumb. But what I wanted to do was drop a rock where that teleporter was. Now, if I had put a rock there before, it would be caught by the teleporter and I couldn't do a thing about it. But by putting a rock down there, I activate a switch on floor 1. And by climbing down there, we see the fruits of our labors.
Oh, I didn't know about this.
I didn't either. It took me a while to figure this out. There was a lot of editing involved. Also, more willpower. I can't escape. I could last so long underwater with all this energy.
Well, at least willpower has uses beyond magic.
Yeah, it's also your oxygen meter, which makes me laugh, because when I was doing some of the farming to get stuff there and I was spending like a good 3 minutes underwater, I was thinking of that episode of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Act 3, where one of the villains was like, ha ha ha, Lord Dio chose me because I could hold my breath for underwater for 3 minutes. I'm just like, wow, really? Dio picked a winner. Now here's the fight. 3 cobras, 2 gorgons, tight corridors. Now what you're gonna see is my first fight, which is a successful fight, and I do the fight completely wrong. What you want to do when you do this fight is either step left or right immediately, because then you'll have room to move around. Because if you don't, you get trapped, and then it just becomes a slugfest, and those aren't fun. But yeah, I mentioned first successful fight for a reason, which we'll discuss later. But yeah, this is a fight I long considered impossible because of these circumstances. Because when you get pinned by the Gorgons, they will 90% of the time cast Petrify. And because of that, I didn't have the shield, and I thought, well, what the fuck am I supposed to do here? But yeah, get all your potions up, get all your buffs up, go fast, kill hard, murderize these dudes.
You actually got the upper hand the same way that I managed to in, I think, the 7th or 8th time I did this and actually beat it. Is one of the snakes actually got afraid of me and started running away, and that allowed me to get out of the 4-way attack I was in.
Yeah. It is such a slugfest, and like, it's important to know that you have to sidestep at the beginning of that fight. I wasn't aware of that until I had to do this fight a couple more times for reasons. But yeah, this fight sucks, and I did it. Yay me. for a prize that I'm not gonna need. It's the Ancient Claymore. Pretty good weapon, heavy weapon. Has cleave, which is basically the equivalent of thrust for heavy weapons. It's my prize, damn it. I'm taking it with me. Weight be damned.
Another Gorgon.
How do you like my hair?
It's alive!
It has 5 opinions! But yeah, there was something odd I didn't do after that distressing fight against something I thought was once impossible, yet managed to clean sweep. Keep in mind that when we address this new puzzle. Well, what am I doing? Oh, I'm displaying that there's a part of that first floor area that we haven't explored yet. But here's a new and exotic puzzle. I think we've seen this in other dungeons before, but never to the length of this expanse. Basically, infinite generation fireballs around teleporters, and we have to get it into a certain receptacle that's behind a snake door. They really they don't front load the importance of the snake staff here, but man, if you don't have it on hand, you're gonna feel like an idiot.
Yeah.
Guess who felt like an idiot before? Twice. Every time I always ditch the snake staff. So frustrating. But I believe when you activate the puzzle, this door opens.
Look who it is.
It's our friend. Now we're gonna learn just how fucked up a Gorgon can get here, because, spoiler alert, I die in probably the most shocking way I've seen in this game. Because I believe the Gorgons can also fly in from the left, and that kind of worries me, but I don't pay attention to my health. Like, as boring a fight as this is, there is a reason I kept it in here. I managed to get a heal off, and I felt great. I'm unstoppable. I have a shield that can heal me. I'm the best. Also, an interesting thing I've noticed, hit stun is kinda hit or miss in this game, but now watch this.
Wow. Yeah.
How do you react to that?
Any enemy that can attack you multiple times can take you out in no time at all. What happened there?
That was me redoing the fight, and that was the last Gorgon, and it died to fire. So what you're supposed to do is run the hell away and let this room take care of it for you. So, you know how I died to a Gorgon that managed to get a triple attack off with some critical success rate? You know what I didn't do before that? Save.
Oh.
So that fight with the Claymore, that five-man cage match for the title belt champion of the world, I had to do that 18 more times, and it was the fucking worst.
Oh, man.
So, when you play games like this, guys, save. It's so awful when you don't.
They're good games, but there's easy ways to learn to hate them.
Yeah, like getting a second rope, or dying after you fight the most hardest fight in the game. This game teaches you that the save function is great. By the way, here's a cool scroll. 3 steps X and X of XX. What? So, on the note of saving, I've been playing a game recently from a really underground Russian developer. It's called Pathologic HD. And that's another game that doesn't have autosave. And that's another game that kind of fucks you up at the drop of a hat. Oh man, I've had so much bad luck with saving lately. By the way, we got the Archmage robes from that trap room.
Was it worth it?
No. I'm doing it for the Chivo, but man, I'm just sitting there like, damn it, I gotta do the Claymore fight again. And I forgot to pick up the Claymore too. So after this video, after all the events of the next 2 videos, I had to go back and get my Claymore. Because that's my prize, damn it.
Lay it next to the cannons.
Yeah. Oh, those cannons are such a disappointment. They helped with they helped in my regular playthrough because they do hurt, but guns are just so sad.
I think the one character that I put all my firearms into, I think I got him to like 4th level on that. I was trying to get him up to 5 so I could use the cannon, and then I beat the game.
Now here's the puzzle where I'm like, wait a minute, what? The hell? Because if you didn't hear it before because of our bumbling, there was a click when I passed through that light, and I'm just like, wait a minute, what the hell? I'm just like, what the fuck was that click? So, like, this is a glimpse into how I play games when I have no idea what the hell I'm doing. I'm just like, huh, maybe, oh. I see what this is now. Maybe it's this one. Ah, damn it. It's like watching a kid with a new toy, isn't it? Now this puzzle offers us a great and awesome treasure. You know what it is? Fighting. I'm just sitting here with this fight and I'm thinking, when will I learn?
Hey, sometimes the fight is its own reward.
Yeah, if you're not a farmer. When you're a farmer.
In real life.
That too. When you're a farmer, you're just like, damn it, I'm gonna go back all the way back to the heal crystal. Ugh. There are a lot of dudes here too. If I had a little bit more fungi, I would have just, you know, firebombed this place, just salted the earth. But yeah, there's the, probably the one instance when Flurry of Slashes is good. Because if you crit, backstab, or both, Flurry of Stabs is pretty great. By the way, we got the second half to that puzzle. So I don't know, like... Yeah, it is. Like, that puzzle actually leads us to an item that I just realized it can help out a lot in a single character playthrough. Because if you go to the... It's in a part of the graveyard you can access no matter what. And it gives you an item that lets you... that reduces your cooldowns by 15%. That's really good. Because that compounded with the dodge buff means you're attacking a lot faster. And you can get that at the beginning of the game. So I'm just sitting there thinking, I could optimize my path even further. By the way, here's the strength alternative to the moon sword. It's called the sickle sword, but that's actually a weapon in real life. It's called the khopesh. It's an Egyptian sword that has that exact same shape. It's meant to be able to both slash, poke, and grab a enemy's armor. I say enemy, but I mean opponent. Because you could just like turn the sword around, maybe like take their shield down, and then hit them with a back swipe.
I hope the technical term is poke.
Yeah. I don't know what the term would be. Hook.
Stab.
It's hooking your enemy because the khopesh has like a hook at the end of its tip. And you use it.
Yeah.
And you use that to either grab their armor, strip it off, grab their shield, break their guard. It's a pretty interesting weapon. And I only know this because I was part of a small quote-unquote... Oh yeah, that happened. A small quote-unquote indie game project that never worked, but I was actually doing research on that weapon because of my writing. So yeah, a little bit of a backstory. The khopesh is actually a cool and interesting Egyptian weapon. Also, that route we went down to, that was the second half of the shortcut to the second floor. So now we don't ever have to do that 4-switch puzzle to get back up ever again.
You know, that's kind of disappointing, thinking about this sickle sword. It's based off a real weapon, which sounds pretty cool, but it looks like the developers just looked at it and said, it looks like a sickle.
Yeah. Culture is kind of hard to like, you could do a little bit of cursory research ahead of time, but I think they did that just because people wouldn't think khopesh. They would think, oh, this looks like a sickle. Why is it not named a sickle? So I think that's kind of why they named it a sickle sword. because something would be lost in the cultural aspect of things, because it's not something just anybody could pick up. Though, in retrospect, calling it a sickle sword is misleading because you don't cut with the inside curve, you cut with the outside curve. So calling it a sickle is somewhat misleading.
You don't poke people with the curve.
Yeah, and by the way, we picked up an item called the Zaffy Robe here. And that's something I forgot to mention. Throughout some of the areas in this, we get clues that lead us to believe that this area is actually home of the Zaffy people, which are the blue-skinned Egyptians that we've been seeing so much throughout this level. And we've actually seen a lot of the Zaffy robes in the earlier parts of the game, so that's really good world building that doesn't say a damn word, and that makes me smile. Like, we spent this whole game figuring out, well, who's the Zaffy? What are they? And then you finally see it and you're like, ah. Now here we have a very rude timing puzzle. I actually forgot that I needed the thing here. So you gotta open that door and quickly throw a rock there. Guess who's not quick? And it's really funny too, because if you're hasty, you're gonna fuck that up, because once the teleporter's in front of you, it will take the rock away from you.
Yeah.
You're just like, oh man, I'm an idiot. And then, you get a power gem. Now naturally you would think, I've gotten my prize, it's done, but there's one more floor. Oh man, it's a fun floor. They also let you go back and get the rock there, but at that point I'm just like, I've used all the rocks I need, whatever.
And if you're anything like me, you'll be coming back that way.
Nah, I've left a lot of rocks lying around due to my lack of strength. Welcome to floor 3. We get a couple items here. Some lightning bombs, which are moderately useful. We also get an herb, some arrows, which I don't need. And we are taking a nap. Because I thought this was a fight. I thought this would lead instantly into a fight, but I was incorrect about that. Now we have two main areas here. We have the fireball carousel, and then we have the main concourse. Ow. Fireball hallway has a pair of pretty nifty pants, but I was curious about something. And yes, the fireballs are persistent. They don't infinitely spawn, so if you get hit by both of them, you've solved the puzzle? Meteor pants. Bye. You also get another bronze bracelet here, which is like 4 extra crit rate, but I've gone so far into the crit tree that I don't even care anymore. Sure, it'd take me up to 30%, but that's not 33. We also get a fair bit of crystal flowers here, which is odd to me in a way, because why are crystal flowers growing here in a man-made cavern? That's also the scroll of dark bolt. It's just a bolt of dark. Doesn't really do anything to enemies aside from hit them with dark, which I guess is a neutral magic. It works on everybody, doesn't have resistances. It's moderately powerful, but I feel like it should have done something cool, like confuse an enemy or something. I don't know, because somebody in the thread was actually saying, hey man, you kind of give missile weapons a hard time, but sleep dart is pretty good. It's effectively a stun. And I'm like, oh, you're right. Good point. And to that wit, I kind of wish Dark Bolt had that effect, but it doesn't, so I'm just kind of like, who needs that spell? But,
or fear, or something like that.
Yeah.
But then most things you've attacked with the fear staff are resistant to it.
Pretty much. Spiders, unnameable horrors, snakes. And now we get first off, we finally get a replacement to the spider silk cloak. Sure, it gives me less evasion, 1 less evasion, but we also get dexterity and, I believe, vitality. So it's just a direct upgrade. Bye. This cloak is so good, wow. I don't even think I use the bear pelt anymore. But yeah, in that room we saw the first 2 historical things, but now we get to see a little bit more insight into the history of this thing. More than 2 people crafted this pyramid. But then the island master... We are
Continued to be a jerk.
pretty much. Also, we're holding the Staff of Betrayal in our hands right now. Well, not in our hands right now, but in our inventory is the tool of deception for the poor Zafi people. That's kind of cool. Like, they did a similar thing in Grimrock 1 with the Gorgomorgs. But it still kind of hit home. You're like, oh hey, it's that jerkwad that's been trolling me the entire game. He's been doing this for a while now. Now here we get the gear pendant. This is actually an homage to Bastion. Why, I don't know, but... I mean, I guess?
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, it's basically the pendant for, Kid from the Bastion. But, yeah, it's there. Also, I have 2 injuries.
Yes, you do. Well, not anymore.
High-speed archaeology action.
Do things we've already seen.
Yes. Oh, one day I'll just find a way to make us go to plaid through that. Now here's what we got those keys for. Now by doing so, you unlock a teleporter. Don't go in it quite yet, because the teleporter brings a couple friends over. I want to say 6 packs of 4 mummies? It's a bit of a long one.
Oh, I wish they'd telefrag each other.
Yeah. I'm just kind of, you know, trying to give you a bit of a glimpse onto how vast this fight gets. Because you can see them kind of starting to converge in on me. You don't have a lot of room to fight in this area, but the mummies aren't tough. So let's speed this up a little bit. Now, this is probably the set piece in the game that made me think, wow, this is great. Because once you go inside this teleporter... Come on, don't be shy.
You're getting ready, you know what's happening.
I know what's happening, because it's a fucking mummy mosh pit. So when I saw this the first time I'm playing, you know what clicked in my mind the first time I saw this? There's a song in Serious Sam that occurs whenever Serious Sam has to fight literally this many enemies, just a boatload of enemies. And the first thing you hear in that song is just him screaming, "Wah!" So when I saw this for the first time, that just instantly clicked in my head, and I fought damn near everything with my team of criminals. But I'm just one man without a cannon. Also,
That guy, however.
I'm in trouble. Now, I did have a little bit of bad luck here, and the first time I did this, I got trapped, and I died. A very slow and pathetic death. So yeah, if you're doing this for the first time, be careful.
There is a save crystal around here somewhere.
Yeah, but we're not gonna see for now, because I'm saving that for another video. I'm getting out of here with my prize. I didn't even have time to admire it. So we got a gloating rat. But we also got a sword here. This is the best dexterity weapon in the game. It's the Serpent Blade. It's a light weapon that is, I believe it's, they label it as a dagger, but I think it's considered a sword. And to wit, you need 5 crit hit to backstab with it. I'm also pretty sure it has a hidden modifier of having a stupidly high crit damage modifier. Because this thing does a lot of damage when you crit.
Yeah, I remember using it for most of the game, and it wrecked most of the enemies.
Yep. So, for part 3, it's war. It's a serious war. I kept that in for a reason.
But which one of them is Sam?
Who knows? There's a lot of copies of William out there. On to video 3.